So today we are going to learn how to post to Instagram. We're going to start out learning how to create a photo or image post. Then we're going to learn how to create a video post. And then we're going to learn how to create an Instagram story. So this is actually a really fun lesson. And I think the best thing you can do is to pull out your iPhone or your iPad or your whatever smart device you're using and kind of follow along on your own account, because by now you should have created your own account. As you can see, I went back onto Jill's Flower Shop. That's my pretend account, essentially, that I created to show you guys how to do this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hit this little tiny button in the bottom right corner, and that is going to take you directly to your profile page, okay? It should look similar to what you're seeing on my screen. Now, this is where you're going to post from. Okay, so now we are going to learn how to post a photo or an image. You know, this can be a graphic. It doesn't have to be a photo. It can be, a graphic or some kind of drawing or image or anything that you can put into a JPEG or a PNG file. So we're going to hit the little plus sign in the very middle, which is going to bring me into my library of photos. I can also click here and take a photo. So here you go, guys. Here's the microphone I'm using. Here's my computer. That's not too interesting. And we can also take a video by clicking here. I'm going to go back to the library where I have taken my photos, and I'm going to show you how to post. So I'm going to select this really pretty purple bouquet here, and I'm going to pinch in with my fingers, and I'm going to size it how I want it to look. So that looks pretty good. Then I'm going to hit the next button in the top right. As you can see at the bottom, there's all kinds of different effects, and they have different names. You can go black and white, you can really brighten it. There's so many things you can do. Now I'm going back to the normal setting, and I'm going to click this little button, the little magic wand at the top. And that kind of just changes the lighting. So if you think the photo you have already looks pretty good, but you may want to lighten or darken it, you can do that just using this button right here on the normal setting. When you're done, you click done, and then you click next. Now I'm going to click right here where it says write a caption, and I am going to say, I made this gorgeous bouquet. Oh boy, hopefully I can spell it. From wild purple flowers. I have no idea. Okay, so I've got my caption. Now what I want to do, if I want to put a little emoji in there, I click the little emoji. I want to put the flower bouquet. I think that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to click back onto the ABCs to get my normal screen back. I'm going to click on the 1, 2, 3 in the bottom left corner and hit return. That's how I make a space there. This doesn't always just return. Sometimes it gets all bunched up in Instagram. So one of the things I will do is I will put a period, then hit return. That will guarantee you have a line of space here. The next thing I want to do is put some hashtags. So I'm going to put purple. Okay, let's go purple. We're going to put flowers. And these you don't have to choose from the drop down that you're seeing. I'm just doing it to be quicker. And then I'm going to do RSM, which is the city I'm in. Okay? And there's my, there are my hashtags so that people can search on this. So now if I wanted to tag someone, I would do it right here. And I would type in Jill's. This is not going to be a good one. Jill's Bakery. Let's say I had some of Jill's Bakery sweets in the picture and I wanted to tag Jill's Bakery. There we go. But let's say I messed up and I want to take that tag out. So what I'm going to do, hold my finger on it and till the X comes up and then exit out, and that takes it away. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is add my location. Well, yes, my flower shop is in a specific town, so I always want my location on there. And now I think I'm done. So I am going to share it. And here, just to Jill's Flower Shop, share. And once it's done loading, you'll see it right here. If by chance you don't see it, you're on your home screen and you get a feed that's so super long and it disappears, just go back to your screen. Just go back to your profile and click on it. Now I want to take a look and make sure I spelled everything right and the spacing looks good. I also want to show you what happens when I click on that flower icon. They categorize into top posts. That means, oh, that's pretty, isn't it? The ones that they're the most, have been interacted with the most, or most recent. And they're the most recent posts. So as you can see, it will keep changing. And if I keep scrolling, see, it keeps on changing. People keep adding to it. So that's how the hashtags work. RSM. We've looked at this before. I think here's the town. Those are the top. And here's the most recent. See, there you go. There is my post right there in the most recent. So let's go back again. And remember, if you get lost, always click your profile picture in the circle in the bottom right corner and you'll get back to where you need to be. So that's pretty much everything about posting a photo. So now how do we post a video? Kind of pretty much the same way. So let me give you a hint too. One of the things that I will do is I will usually text myself the picture and the entire caption and open it on my mobile device that I'm using for Instagram. And I'll save the picture and I'll copy the caption and paste it in. It's so much easier that way. So that's one little trick. Now, here we go. We're going to hit the plus sign again. But this time we're going to choose, still in my library, the flower. Isn't that pretty? Now on the videos, you can't just take your fingers and pinch in to make it smaller. It just doesn't work that way. So you can kind of center it a little bit. You can't do too much though. See, I can center a little bit, but I can't make it smaller. So for now, I'm just going to post it, but later on, I'm going to show you another trick. So I've got this centered where I want it, and I'm going to say next. The other thing that you can do is choose a cover. So what it's doing, as you can tell, is selecting from the images within, it's kind of just taking some screenshots of your video, essentially. Oh, I like that a lot. So I'm going to go with that one, and I've chosen that as the cover. So that's the image it starts on. So we're going to hit next. Now, we're just going to say flower blooming. And we're going to hit return. Again, I'm going to put that little period because I want a line there, and it doesn't always give it to you, even though it appears that way. So I'm going to say flower blooming, and then I'm going to, again, I want to make sure I put my town, and I want to put florist, right? I want to put those, those hashtags that are appropriate. And then I'm going to say bloom. We're going to do a better job with hashtags. Again, I'm just trying to show you how to post here. I'm done. You can tag people in a video just like you can in a photo. And I want to select the town my florist is located, my shop is located in. Then I'm going to say upload. Now this is going to take a tiny bit longer. So once you see that blue line disappear, it's done. And you can scroll up, okay? I'm going to take a look and make sure everything looks how I want it to. Oh, let's say I spelled something wrong. This will work the same way in the image. You click on the three little dots and you click edit, okay? That's blooming flowers. That's what I should have said, huh? So I'm going to choose that hashtag blooming flowers, and I like that. I can even say, oops, I forgot to tag someone. Again, click the edit button to get to tagging. Now, there's a trick here. You see how we've got this screen, it's not letting me off of it? Hit space and it'll get rid of that screen, pulling up all of the hashtags. So if I forgot, I just hit the tags person, and let's say it's Jill's Bakery again. Okay, and then I'm done. Okay, now, I want to get rid of that tag because this is not the right video. Jill's Bakery is not in this. So again, I have to hit the space to get off of this. I click this to open it, and then I click the X and say done to get rid of the tag. So there you go. Let's click done. And then we have to click done again. When you're done editing, it's kind of a double click on the done. As you can see, videos play on silent in Instagram. So one of the things you really want to do is make sure on an appropriate video that you caption it. Because most people will honestly watch these things on silent. You can also, if you have a video that has sound, you can turn the sound off in that video and post it if you want to. It gives you an option to turn off the sound. So the next thing I want to show you guys is super, super fun. And that is going to be how do I post a story? Now an Instagram story, let me go to a different account here to show you. Oops. An Instagram story is something that you will see when you click on the image, the icon up here, up on the top. You will see it open and it's almost like a little slideshow will play. They can be images, they can be videos. So they only last 24 hours unless you save them down here where you can see my story highlights. Fox Social Media, my YouTube channel, my podcast, Just Jill is kind of my silly stuff. So that's how you can see where they stay. So you can keep them. Otherwise, they disappear in 24 hours. So now that you know where they are, we're going to go back again to our own profile. That's the bottom right. Now I'm going to click the house this time. This time I want to be on my news feed. By clicking the house, that's your what they call home button, and that's your news feed. So if you scroll, you'll see, normally you'll see other people's things. The reason I'm only seeing my own is I haven't followed anyone yet. So, okay, so now I've clicked home. I'm going to click on that tiny little camera. I am going to click on the little box there where you saw pictures, and that's my camera roll. So this time I really want to share these wildflowers, and I can kind of move them in a little bit here. I can make it a little bigger. There's a lot of super cool things I can do. I can say I only want this to show to close friends, this particular story, but you know what, you guys, you don't let it show to everyone. That's the point of your page. The other really awesomely cool thing I can do is I can click on this emoji and look what happens. Look what happens on this one. I mean, they're just silly things down here that you can do. It's kind of cool, right? So I don't want those. So I go back and click on the X where it looks like a sign crossed out. Now I can click on this little box here. I can do so many really awesome things here. I can add a GIF. I can add the time. I can put any kind of, here I can go location, Rancho Santa Margarita. We want to say that. And I can move it. And I can even pinch to make it smaller and put it at the bottom. Then let me go back there again. This is so fun. I can mention someone, which again tags that person. Oops. I just think I need some typing class here. So as you can see, I can select myself. There I go. I'm tagged. I don't need that tag so big. I'm just going to move it over here. The next really fun thing I can do is hashtag. So I'm going to hashtag, I'm going to say wild flowers. I think that's a great hashtag, and I'm done. Again, I can move it up here and slide it over. I can draw if I want to. I can pick the fat marker and I can go like this. Yeah, I'm not much of an artist. I can even click on this dropper. Look at what it does. Click on the eyedropper and move it around. Check it out. It picks up the color. How awesome is that? So I'm going to pick up color. It's picking up the green right there. Oh, I want it to pick up that purple. So now when I draw, look, there's that pretty purple color. Okay, so, oh wait, I'm screwed up. I'm going to click. I'm going to get rid of that one. I can erase. Just essentially your finger is like the eraser on a pencil, if you see what I'm doing. Okay, the other thing I can do is say done. I'm not going to play with that anymore. I can type here and I click on the ABCs and I can type. I can say, let me grab that eyedropper again. This time I'm going to pick this green, and this is the color I'm going to type in. So I'm just going to type flowers, and I'm going to say done. Okay. Ooh, it didn't do the green, did it? All right. So here I'm going to hit it again. I'm going to click on it. That means I've opened it again. I'm going to change the color, and I think I'm going to position it left, right, center. I can also do different things with it. I've highlighted it. I can make it smaller. There's all kinds of things. The other cool thing is that I can change this writing. Here, let me open this again. I can change it. Look at this. How cool is this, right? You can change all kinds of text. Now remember, to change it, you've got to click on it. Okay, look at those. Oh, how fun. I like this one. That's kind of cool. All right, so the other thing I want to show you is if you click here again, the little square, and I want to search for a hiker, okay? I want a GIF that's too fun. These are just too fun. I love these things. I can scroll. Look at all the GIFs showing up on my screen. How awesome is this? Oh, I love them. I'm going to pick these two, and I want them hiking down at the bottom of my page, or post, but I want them a little taller. So there you go. You can be so creative with your stories. I just love these. And then I click on that little down arrow, and it's going to load my story. So now I have saved this little story in my images. So what I do now, let's try that again. I want you to see, we select the story. And you see it's going to my story, and I can also say send to your story. That's where I want it, okay? And it's done. So now you know I have a story because my profile picture here is outlined. So let's click on my story. This is what it looks like to other people. And Jill, because I tagged myself, that account gets a notification that I was tagged in a story. Okay, so that is how it looks. It's really cool. So the other thing you can do here is you can create those highlights. Excuse me, like I was telling you. So let's go here and let's go add it to highlights. We're going to add a new highlight. So this highlight, we have to save the category. This is going to be called flowers, and I'm going to add. So it got added to the flower highlights, and there it is right there. See that? Now it's going to stay. Now it is not going to disappear in 24 hours. It will still disappear in 24 hours from up here on my stories, but it will remain in my highlights. So that is so awesome. I love that. So one of the other things you can do with your story is to share it to Facebook. And if you see down below this example story is a Facebook link, you see the little icon. You just click on that, and because we've already set up our Facebook and connected it to our Instagram, this will let us share automatically by just a click or two. And next to that, you see the highlights button. And the highlights button allows you to share it to your highlights. When you click on that, it will ask you if you want to share it to your highlights and which highlight you want to share it to. So you can have more than one highlight folder, as we saw in the last example. So go ahead and play with this a little bit. Try to post a story, give it a shot. Try to post an image, a video, and just see how it all works and have fun with it. Remember, stories only last 24 hours unless you save them to highlights, and you can delete anything you don't want to keep up there. So give it a shot, and I'll see you in the next video.